and then yanks her wheelchair to launch herself through the building towards the new destination. Hey! I finally give chase, following as best I can while avoiding the rest of the awestruck players that just witnessed a high-speed dino girl shoving them aside in her wake. As I get closer, the atmosphere seems to grow thicker, the very air becoming dank and heavy, almost as if someone dialed a humidifier up to 11. For a second, I have to stop in my tracks to catch my breath and try to cool down as my shades begin to fog up. Mia? Dude, if we kick Mia's ass at Tekken... So this is the power of a fighting game crowd. I'd heard things, but I thought they were just jokes. Through the fog, I spot Liz, or rather Liz's head, sticking above the crowds. Yo, you found us! Getting closer, Damien and Liz's head comes into view. Olivia stops and checks one last time I didn't get washed away in the crowd. Then she moves past Damien and Liz, coming to a screeching halt next to a particular cabinet that's occupied by somebody else. She removes a shiny coin from her pocket, placing it firmly down on the controls of the current player, who hardly glances at her. I got next, bitch. I got next, bitch. As I step closer, I'm able to overhear the exchange between two dinos. The greaseball ankylosaur, without even looking away from the cabinet, starts rattling off his credentials to Olivia, as if it were a job interview. You know, I'm the best Jurassic kick player this side of Volcaldera, right? Double S ranked, 3 online tournament wins besides, it's 50 cents not... Shut up and nut up already, says Olivia. Olivia's voice causes the ankylosaur to grimace and finally turn his head. You really want to try me? Look, Tiny Tim, you gotta know I... His jaw clicks shut as his eyes manage to sweep above, then down, to Olivia. His eyes squinting as his retina slowly adjusts to the low lighting of something not displayed brightly colored, pixelating characters. Bro, you know you can't be bringing chairs over here, not after last summer. Olivia growls and raises a fist, and I think the pale-scaled dino finally sees who's challenging him. His maw flaps helplessly as he tries to explain himself before just stopping himself completely. Never mind. Why they gotta make the ankylosaur a fucking FGC nerd? Sorry. The Gator girl sighs and taps a finger on the quarter she just placed down. Imagine the smell. Rules say you can't refuse, right? His head tilts in confusion. You know, you look to be the new champ here, right? Yeah, this is the champ's cabinet, right? Damien's come over at this point, followed closely by Liz's head. Champ's cabinet? Unofficial, but that's the oldest one here. Been here since the dawn of time. It's like sacred or something. I look over to the old machine, the paint on it chipped and positively covered in marker ink, to the point that the only legible thing on it is very juvenile edits to the game's title. This thing? Yeah, man, they only let the head honchos actually use it. If you're spotted trying without credentials, you end up getting headbutted. That's bullshit, but I believe it. I look back to Olivia, who's having a withered stare down with the squat guy she just challenged. Look, lady, I'm a big deal here. Buster of Nuts, crown champ in all of Volcaldera. It's Buster O' Nuts. This particular Jurassic machine's got a history. It happens to be the same machine that Dino... Fine. The same machine that Dino the Rex Go managed to parry. Dinosaur Justin Wong got his ass kicked right here. Quit stalling and fight me already. I'm not, I'm setting the stage is all. Plus, you think you're the only challenger I have? I look around, noticing there was now a group surrounding us. On my title as champion, I'll take all comers now. A hushed whisper goes through the crowd. Finally, form a line now. Okay. Tallest to smallest. What? No cutting. Oh, heck yeah. We're gonna wipe the floor with you, Buster. Wait. What? I don't even play video games. And I'm not really a gamer either. I hate Inco. I fucking hate Inco. Too bad. Consider it the blood tax. Let's go, Justin. I want to protest further, but Olivia's head turns towards me with a pleading look on her face. He is not like me, for real, for real. Besides, you think I want to put my hands on that thing? Who knows where... We're in. Inco! Yes! Come on, Liz, it won't be that bad. You're still by the Brachio booth, right? Hold tight, I'll come get you. He's gotta grab her body. Damien pushes back through the small group around us, following Liz's neck to find the rest of her. Her head swivels around and gives chase, her pleas to not have to play falling on deaf ears. Brachio booth? The arcade's claustrophobic, so brachiosaurs would tend to bump into everything, including each other. There were some lawsuits, so there's a few platforms placed where people like her can sit and reach everything. Even some water fountains attached. Doesn't stop things from getting tangled where there's multiple, but it's something. Lore. In the end, Liz must have relented, because she shuffles up to the rest of the group. Fine, let's just make this quick. Liz reluctantly steps forward towards the arcade cabinet, a crooked smile forming on the self-proclaimed champion's face. It does not take long for Liz to completely lose. The large ankylosaur's hands move like a blur as they dance around the controls, pummeling their digital opponent to the ground. As boastful as she was earlier, he at least proved that he was skilled at Jurassic kick, the screen displaying perfect after only a minute against Liz. Liz crosses her arms and starts heading back to her old seat in the booth, head and toe with a pout. Buster leans his head back against his clasped hands to make a show that it was no big deal. Next victim! Damien struts to the cabinet and jams his hand in his pocket for his change. Is there a whole piggy bank in there? Haven't seen your group around before. Tourists? Huh? Oh, nah, Liv and I used to come here all the time. Life's been tough, you know, so we got some friends to come along this little trip down memory lane. Lighten the mood a bit. This place hasn't changed much in the years either. Aha! He hoists the quarters high and jams them in the slot. Once more, the screen lights up and the character selection music busts in. Buster considers his selection, and ultimately chooses the same character. Damien jams on the buttons and... What's with that death glare? Damien just picked a counter to his character. You flowchart, tier list picking bitch. Probably expects all of us to be beginners. Buster does seem a bit more tense now. It's been a while since then, though. Her expectations cut short as her words take on a scratchy quality to him. Hey, you okay? What? Oh, I'm fine. I can refill your canteen pretty quick. Sure, thanks. Go back to your dial of combos, bitch! She reached behind her and unhooks her severely dented water bottle from her chair. There's something to look into for Christmas. Already planning Christmas presents for her, huh? That Buster guy says there was water by the Brachio booths. Although I can't imagine the water here is very good. Christmas? What am I thinking? I haven't gotten anyone a gift like that before. Focus, Inco, you're just getting water. I head deeper into the arcade, towards the center, passing through the aisle lit by game screens. You guys are done already? Nah, just refilling Olivia's bottle. Guess I'm gonna miss Damien's match. Say, Liz, that sticker here, what is it? Her head comes in close as she eyes the weird brand on the canteen. Oh, that's from some really old show. Like, back in the 90s old. Why? Just curious is all. Well, I never really asked Olivia about it. Think I recall... Oh, maybe I should. After all, I think I recall watching a video essay about it once. I hate this guy! I can't fucking stand Inco! I shaved my head for this? Doesn't game. Just watches video essays all fucking day. I don't know, bring Anon back. Though, I could never really get into older stuff. The animation always looked... We gotta pick a different game. We have got to pick a different game. 3 strikes, you're out, you fuck. I can't really get into old animations, you know, it just looks so weird and jobby. Recapping the bottle, I lead Liz's head back to the fighting game section. It's surprising that Damien and Buster are still playing, this time both of their hands slamming furiously on the controls. A crowd has even formed around the duo, exchanging low whispers as they watch the old CRT screen. I pick out Olivia at the front of the crowd, close to the cabinet, so she's able to clearly watch. She's hyper-focused, to the point that when I switch the bottle in front of her face, she just leans over to keep watching. Evil it is, then. I hold the canteen above her muzzle and carefully tip it over till a few drops fall on her face. Her tongue laps along her lips and swipes up the nourishing droplets before glaring at me. Just force-fed her. Hey! Here you go, fresh from the latrine. Har. She takes the bottle and downs most of it right away before clearing her throat. Thanks. This is the feeder path? Yeah, what's a feeder but if they only use water? How's Damien's match going? Well, he's getting too aggressive. He is? Yeah, Buster picked a rushdown character, so Damien picked a zoner to keep Buster at a distance. Problem is, zoners are notoriously bad when it comes to footsies, and are even worse with mix-up, which means that if Buster's able to get into Damien's hurt box, he's gonna get super punished, and might even lose the set in a single... Wait a second! I'm human! So Damien has to keep his distance. It's not looking good. Oh, crap! Olivia and I look from the sidelines as, over the next few seconds, Buster pulls off an impressive series of moves that crushes Damien's character into the ground. Almost like he was waiting for us to get back. Wow, so you actually knew how to play. Buster jams an accusing finger my way, as though marking me for death. You're next. Damien's expression carries a hint of disappointment as he steps away from the cabinet, but he quickly peps up and resumes his usual jovial self. Just me and Olivia left. I ain't no normie, and I didn't get any of that. I nervously step up to the cabinet. A plethora of characters in various fighting poses stare back at me, each with their own promises of victory. Just pick Steve Fox. You only need to know 2 buttons. I recall an old saying Coach Solid said, "If we do not know what we are doing, then the opposing team certainly can't anticipate our future actions." I tap my joystick over till the large question mark in the middle of the screen is highlighted. He's picking randoms. He's picking randoms. The game begins, and my opponent beside me seems exceptionally calm as he manipulates his controls, compared to me trying out every button and stick input to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Eddie Gordo, mash, 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 mash. Unlike Damien, who at least looked like he was holding his own against the bloated Buster. God damn it, this isn't Donkey Kong. The bloated Buster. I was getting the digital shit kicked out of me. Every attempt I made was met by my character getting grabbed and thrown. Tech the throw! Tech the throw! You just have to pay attention to the hands, hit the right button, you can throw break, dude. I'm getting grabbed and thrown in some ridiculously elaborate way. By the time the perfect announcement plays out on the screen, I can feel my wrists cramping for the crazy amount of button mashing I've done in under a minute. At least I lasted a little longer than Liz. Don't feel too bad. I am the best here after all. His snort-filled laughter grates on my ears as I walk back to my friends, all of them staring daggers at the pasty-scaled dino. The rest of the crowd are in an uproar along with him, and I can feel my ears heat up at the attention. Olivia's eyes are narrowed as she wheels herself into position, her tail lashing roughly against the ground as she waits for the laughter to die down and her turn to finally begin. Buster chuckles to himself while cracking his knuckles. I just finished wiping the floor with your friends while hardly breaking a sweat. Just so you know who you're really dealing with, I'm Buster O'Nuts, achiever of octaves in the annual Jurassic Wisconsin E-Tournament, demolisher of Icaria, second best player of 2007 to 2012, and co-leader of the Midwestern branch of the Mighty Mammoth Gamers Guild. Will you just fucking put the quarter in? You won't look so bad for ducking out. Or are you ready to get busted? You're fat. You know, you can still back out of this. Olivia's response is to insert her coin slowly without breaking eye contact with Buster with what I can only describe as a predatory leer. Perfect! She then slams her fist on the start button. Buster instantly moves his cursor towards the different character. Damien next to me lets out a soft gasp. Fatality. What? What's wrong? Buster's character is like 3 kinds of bullshit is what's wrong. What? Well, for one thing, he's usually gentleman's band and tourneys and... His mouth is moving, but all that comes out is alien words. Buster lets out a chuckle and turns to look at Olivia, giving her a smug grin. Olivia doesn't seem at all fazed by Buster's character choice, clicking her joystick lazily. Soon as Olivia picks her character, the game's announcer blares the name aloud. Wani Long. Damien turns to look at me. The excitement in his face is overbearing. That's Olivia's main! Oh man, this is gonna be one hell of a fight if Olivia's breaking her out. So... Is this Wani Long a good character? Shortest explanation you'll understand is yes. What's the long one? If you don't know what a Shoto is, it'll take too long to explain here. Shoots fireballs. Ah. While Damien rambles on, I recall Olivia's motivation just to get here. That look she had. That, more than anything, piques my curiosity. So, how good is Olivia with her? That's what her text name comes from. She's a fucking fighting games head. She's an old head. Damien's reply is to only give me a huge, wide grin. You'll see. A loud soundbite from the cabin speakers signals the start of Olivia's match. Given the way Damien spoke of Olivia's skills like it was derived from an ancient scroll, I expected it to be a flurry of pixelated beatdowns and tactful controller play. But it just kind of looks like nothing at all. On the large display, both characters are just shifting back and forth. Korean backdashing, dude. The joysticks on Olivia's and Buster's hands clacking about furiously. Honestly, it looks more like they're attempting to make their digital avatars tap dance. Because nobody's getting the neutral, dude. Ugh. Wait, did I miss something? I don't want to turn my eyes away in case something happens. No, like they're trying to get a read on each other. It's like they're trying to predict what others will do so they can counter and steal the match. It's Evo with Bayonetta, yeah. Oh. So, like, they're sizing... There's a heavy crack and thump on the floor in front of me. Oh, shit. Olivia's tail lashed at the base of the cabinet while Buster's Thagomizer had managed to crack into the concrete floor beneath him. On screen, the characters finally made contact and sent each other flying in opposite directions. Behind me, the crowd started cheering. Finally excited there was some actual action happening. Damien is hollering next to me, cheering on Olivia with all his might. It's like watching 2 Neko Arc players. Sick, sick, sick. Though the excitement dies down again as the duo resume their cyber posturing. My eyes darted between Olivia and Buster. Olivia completely is absorbed in the match. Her eyes are wide and full of killing intent. Buster, on the other hand, seems like he can barely contain his fury. 10 seconds on the clock. Olivia comes in clutch, punishing Buster's character with an impressive string of attacks. He manages to get away with a single pixel of health just in time, as the time limit runs out. Winner, Wani Long. The crowd goes nuts as Olivia's victory is announced. And you know what? I can't help but cheer along with them. Olivia slumps back in her mobile seat and lets out a sigh before returning to her original position. Run it back. Run it back. Buster lets out a snort, twists, and stretches his neck, cracks his knuckles, before once again gripping the controllers tight. Round 2. Clash and Trash. The crowd returns to a more silent state of observing the observing, right? That's the word? Of observing the match closely. Only low murmurs as they gawk at the 2 highly skilled players. The words passed around reach me, attempting to draw my eyes away. Weird for him. Surprised he's not doing it. Is he playing with her? Come on, Olivia! Damien's shout above the rest of them nearly blew my eardrums, but I shared his sentiment as the stylized characters exchanged simple blows. Why does Liz's neck go from a few feet in length to a few miles? I think you're just not seeing the rest of it piled up against the ceiling off screen, just out of frame. The timer continues to tick down, Buster once again being put on the defensive. With how all the previous bouts went, Buster always had control with the cutthroat level of offense, but I didn't think of him being this passive. The countdown once again hit 0, this time with Olivia's character slouching in defeat and the crowd cheering again, though less enthusiastically than before. You got this, Olivia. Just one more win and you're champ again. Olivia's shoulders tense up at what he said, and all eyes stared directly at her. Damien! Come on, Hot Wheels! Show him why you're the best! She groans a bit and refocuses on the screen. The group simmers down to silence in anticipation of the start of the final match. He's gonna do the raging demon. Heaven or hell? Fight! The sudden silence actually catches me off guard for a second. Long enough for my own doubts to catch up with me. Buster's playstyle. It's like he's not really trying. The match starts and the hype flares right back up. That's stupid of me to even think. He's a gamer bro champion type. He's got way too much to lose. And yet... Hey, Damien. Yeah? Do you notice anything off about how Buster's playing? You notice it too. Guess I'm not just paranoid then. Like, I really didn't watch your match, but he was always so... passive? No. But like, these two are crazy good, so maybe this is all mind games. He's gonna throw because she's crippled? No, no. No. Oh, no. He wouldn't. He couldn't. As if he's gonna throw the game and let her win. We glance back at the ongoing battle happening on the screen, and I take notice of Buster's hand movements. As Olivia launches her character into a furious combo. Sure enough, Buster hesitates just enough to let his fighter get hit by the first blow. That's brilliant timing. This is crazy. Huh? Then it hits me all at once like a freight train. The way Buster was looking down at Olivia, how he didn't want to take her challenge, all the excuses he was giving. Come out. I'm done with it. I'm done with it, man. Enough. 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 He's a virgin. But also... he's throwing the whole match, isn't he? Damn it. Even here, Olivia was right. Damien, I think he's taking it easy on her. You think so? Damien takes a moment to ponder what I just said. Dang. Even here. That's what I was thinking. Should we do something? What, interrupt the match? Everyone else is having fun. The crowd whoops again. Whoop! Only now it sounds a bit different. Hollow. Mocking. Damien's frill sags with concern. He turns to me. What we came here for is a good time. If she can't tell, what's the harm? Jeez. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do. I hate that he's right. I could stand up for her. I mean, just being there for Olivia when Mia was getting on her went pretty alright. But that was a while ago. I just don't know. I look over to the crowd again. The match is about halfway done, judging by the remaining health pools. Being there for her, right? Cheer her on, man, yeah. Yeah. I know Olivia normally doesn't like this from strangers, but I'm no stranger to Olivia. She knows my intentions. We're friends. On screen, it looks like the characters are about to strike one another with their feet. I cup my hands around my mouth. Go, Olivia! You got this! Damien recoils from my scream. Or maybe I popped his eardrum, judging by the glare he levels at me. Super Dragon! Then he raises 2 fingers to his mouth. And he whistles. I can't do that. Heck yeah, you got this! Even Liz tries to join in, shouting down at the crowd with her own cheers. Oh, you know what would be cool? You can do it, Hot Wheels! Yeah, go Hot Wheels! Olivia flinches and turns her head back to us a bit. Curiously, so does her opponent. She sees us cheering and gives her usual disfavoring furrowed brow. No way, I'm sticking to my guns. Eyes on the screen, Hot Wheels, he's gonna get you! Beat it without even looking! She stares right through the crowd at me. It's only an instant, but it feels longer. But her subtle scowl cracks, then it completely folds into a smirk back at us. She faces back to the screen with renewed vigor. Buster shakes his head to snap himself out of his own slog. Looks like he was only intending to lose by a little. He's picking up the pace now. Only... time! The match times out. Ah! Dang, wanna go another round? People need a winner. Actually, mind if I run to the restroom real fast? Shit, yeah, it's down that way. Olivia turns and smiles at me again. It's warm. Then she goes off to the restroom. Beat his ass. Now it's just all us. Now we're all alone, you fucking nerd. Start cracking heads. Buster waits for her to be out of earshot and scrambles over to Damien and I. Hey, you two. You guys weren't serious, right? Huh? You were saying Hot Wheels. That's not really her, is it? The Hot Wheels from a decade ago? Yeah, it's her. Why? Damn, I feel like a jackass now. You were throwing for her, weren't you? A little. Your buddy Finhead gave me some sob story about her during our match, and I felt bad, okay? Damien! Who wants to be known as that asshole that picks on cripples? Ooh, Buster was being hospitable to the young lady. Who the fuck shut? Yo, Buster. Yo, Buster. You simping? Are you simping over there, son? Hey, Buster. Not simping over there, are you? Piss off. But yeah, I didn't mean disrespect or anything. Crap, I didn't know she had history here. I should have more respect than that. He sighs. What'll you do now? I'll play for real. It's what she deserves. That's all we ask. Buster nods and turns with a thumbs up. He cracks his knuckles and neck in preparation for his first legitimate match of the day. You're still kind of simping, though. Is that a tier 3 sub in your pocket, or are you just happy to see her? Shut the hell up, Dave. Olivia returns, sliding up to the machine once more. Thanks for waiting. No problem. Ready? You know it. Good, because you're going down this time. They give each other one last competitive leer before putting all their focus on the screen. Just as before, Buster chooses the OP character and Olivia picks Wani Long. As soon as the in-game announcer yells fight, Buster immediately goes in for the kill, the total opposite of how he was playing last match. It catches Olivia off guard for a moment, leading her character to eat a massive combo that took a big chunk of health. Is he supposed to look like Maximilian, dude? True to his word, he's not holding back this time for Olivia's sake, dealing her the same level of beatdown brutality he gave to the opponents before her. This seems to only invigorate her, putting her skills and hands into overdrive. The Chingered Ninja Dagger! Even though Buster is going at full force, Olivia still manages to get Wani Long to land a few punches and kicks, along with evading some attacks. The crowd seems to notice the reappearance of Buster's lethality, causing an uproar of cheerings and whoops. Damien, of course, follows suit. You got this, Hot Wheels! Kick his ass! Can't let him be the only one, right? Show him why you're the champ! Unfortunately, not even Olivia could beat Buster's true fighting skills, and like his previous opponents, KO Bold wins. The crowd is a mix of groans and cheers and excitement of the ill-fated defeat of Olivia. Buster crosses his arms, basking in his self-pride of beating the legendary Hot Wheels. Damn, you really handed my ass to me. Didn't I say I was kind of a big deal around here? Yeah. Though I gotta admit, you gave me a real challenge. I see why you're known as the champ. Thanks. If you're ever up for a rematch, you know where to find me. With that, Olivia makes her way over to us, a smile beaming across her face. Alright, who's next? We exit the crowd in a more spacious part of the arcade. That was awesome, Liz. Liv, god damn it. You really gave him a run for his money. I know, right? I mean, I'm a little rusty, but the moment I got my hands on the controls and he gave me a real fight, I was so close to beating him. Despite having been outmatched and losing to Buster, she seems to be having even more fun than ever. I'm feeling all jittery after that fight. That's that gamer rush settling in. Hey, you know they sell food here, right? We should get some snacks. Well, I was smelling grease. I just assumed it was... He takes his own order and starts marching off in another direction. Time for a bag of chips. Damien, wait for the rest of us. Food, huh? You know what? I could go for a little something. Yeah, it is getting pretty late. Come on, they went this way. Olivia starts plowing through the crowd once more. Oh boy, this again. I'll call it exercise. The snack bar is a small cutaway from the rest of the building, segregated by different style tiling and brighter fluorescent lighting. There's not a lot of options aside from what you'd expect. Pizza, ice cream, chicken strips, pickles. When Damien asked for 2 slices of pizza, Liz got excited. It's just for him. Freak. The moment he got the food, however, he was already eating one while holding the other. 2 hands? 2 slices? She seemed really annoyed, but took his offer to let him pay for her food. He offered to pay for Olivia and myself, but the last thing I want for him to do is drain his wallet any further, knowing their living situation. They're supposed to be broke? You have a nice-ass house. Oh, but the above-ground pool, you know? Money's real tight. It's barely over $10, so it's not like it bothers me. My boy. Olivia had gotten an order of chicken wings slathered in hot sauce. I just went with the classic chicken strips. Dino tendies. And one of the sodas Soda boy drinks a soda. One of the sodas I recognize from the school vending machine. We take a seat at one of the few open tables, and I struggle not to think about how often they're cleaned. Damien doesn't bother sitting with us. He just heads right back into the fray with both arms occupied by his dinner. Liz follows after Damien to keep track of him. At least, her head does. Olivia barely even sets her tray down before... She's crunching. I subtly shift myself away from the maelstrom of molars and claws. Damien probably said he'd cover the meal because he knew Olivia would get like this. Sheesh, Hot Wheels. You want some actual meat on that? Don't do dick jokes now. I didn't even know wing bones could get that big. Olivia responds by snapping the bone in two between her teeth. The marrow squirts out a little bit, and she has to get a napkin to wipe her cheek. Can we get Liz out of here? Look at that shit. Just chilling with her torso. Suddenly my own chicken tendy meal looks even more unsavory, so I push it aside and closer to the tooth tornado. It only takes moments for her to accept my offering with no manners whatsoever. It's no big deal, I got my soda. Thank you. Don't mention it. Dude, I think you missed the Gator hugging action. We made it! So... After we finish, any other plans? Olivia ponders my words, while rolling a bone around in her mouth like it's a lollipop stick. I hope you conquer leukemia, Robo. It's just a chicken bone, Inco. An oddly large chicken bone, Inco. I don't know. I've basically done all I want to by now. Damien's probably got another 20 minutes before he burns out. I'm cool to hang here unless you want to do something. Nah, I actually don't play games much. I had fun playing with you, though. Kill Inco. Olivia looks away for some reason. We should do this sort of thing more often. Yeah? Of course. I've never had this much fun outside of my previous schools, mainly because I never had very many friends to hang out with. Don't admit that to your potential love interest, dude. That's kinda sad. It is, but it looks like moving here was a change for the better. Plus, it's just fun hanging out with you. It's 'cause you don't game, dude! For some reason, no one ever wants to hang out with me. It's 'cause you come up to them and the first thing you fucking say to break the ice is, I don't game. Okay, we're not hanging out then. Goodbye. Bye! Plus, it's just fun hanging out with you. Though stained with sauce, Olivia's lips curled into a smile. Bye bye, bye! And Liz and Damien too, of course. Though I have to admit, with the way Liz gravitates towards Damien, it's almost like she had this all set up. She's right next to you, dude. What do you mean? Well, Damien and Liz are pretty close, so maybe she's using this as an opportunity for them to get closer. It's almost like we're on a double date or something. She jerks back at me, completely attentive. Did I say something? Really? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Not a real date. No, I mean like we're friends just hanging out. I mean, they're dating. Blushing fucking Gator looks across the table. Really? Like a date? Like, no. No. Just a couple friends hanging out at the arcade. Since we hang out together pretty often, people might start thinking we're together. Just 2 minutes alone with Inco. Just fucking start twisting, dude. Kill this man!
The Chinder Chagger